Welcome back to the Laminate Healing Podcast.
Where laughter meets inner peace.
We're your host, Shaka.
And I'm Kiana.
And we just want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of your favorite podcast, Laminate Healing. We want to thank everyone who commented, liked, subscribed, follow us on all platforms. We really appreciate your support. And this week we have an amazing episode. I can't wait for you guys. I can't wait. You guys are going to have a good time. Kiana, what are we doing today?
Yes, so this week, in honor of Women International Day, we have a guest who is joining us today about a women's event that she has coming up. So before we get into this, I want you to welcome our very first guest on the Life and Healing podcast, Ms. Oslin Cummins. Thank you so much for joining us. So right off the bat, we'll get into questions. And the first thing we want to ask, tell us about yourself and what inspired you to create the Waves of Wisdom Summit.
Yeah, so a little background. So I was born in Guyana. I'm not going to tell y'all the year, but a little while ago. And we migrated to the United States. I think it was in 1989. So we I did the typical get just to go to school, get an education, find a good job. Found me a good government job. I'm not sure if that's still the case with all the things going on in the news lately, but nevertheless, it's my job has been good to me for the last couple years, last several years. So I got into women's wellness and empowerment and all that really after um, the loss in 2017. My husband and I had a loss. We lost twin boys, and that kind of derailed everything for me. And really, some of the things and the ways I was treated, I just felt it wasn't right. And that propelled me to create Conception Point, which eventually led to Her Health Horizons. So with Conception Point, we had a kit that helped women who were trying to conceive naturally. And also, as far as I can remember, I've always done little things here and there for the women in my family, trying to bring us all together. Whatever I know, I share. Whatever has helped me, I share with them. So actually, throughout my whole life, I feel like I have been sharing and I have been trying to find ways to empower women, and help take them to the next level. With Her Health Horizons, um, an issue actually happened with a family member. So that's one of the reasons why the summit was created. At first, it was actually a retreat that I really just wanted to bring the women in my family together so we can learn emotional intelligence and how we can deal with our emotions as adults and, try to combat issue in a better way. So that was one of the main reasons why the retreat at first, but now Summit was really created. And then it kind of grew from what was in my heart and also learned experiences as a woman, as a Caribbean woman, and just dealing with so much. Not just here in the US, but also you have family home back from wherever country you hail from. So there's a lot going on, and it's sometimes you forget about yourself in all that shuffle. You forget about what you're dreaming about for your life,
Yeah.
what you're dreaming about for your family. So because you're dealing with everyone else, family, community, and all that's good. You should focus on them, but you also should focus on yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup, and we all know that. If you're
Okay, yeah.
depleted, if you're depleted, you can't bring your full self and help anybody else.
Yep.
So from those experiences, from the experience with my family and bringing them together, all of that kind of helped shape and form the Wave of Wisdom Summit that we're going to be talking about today.
That's
Okay.
amazing. That's pretty
Awesome.
incredible. And we preach, you can pour from an
Right?
empty cup. We say that almost every episode. So we
Exactly.
absolutely agree with
Yes.
that. And, what you said about having like boundaries with your family because you're always there for others and not yourself. That's something we've experienced ourselves. And we highly encourage women and men to, prioritize self care. And self care is having good boundaries as well. So that's really,
Yes.
really good. So,
Mhm.
Oslin, tell me,
Mhm.
Who is the summit designed for, and what kind of transformation do you hope attendees will experience?
So the summit is really it's a women's summit. And it's for women on a journey that, on this journey to personal growth and financial wholeness, financial wellness. Um,
Okay.
and and that actually for women, that can be of any age. As we get older, we started to really pay more attention to our finances. So I say our target audience, women in their mid, I would say 27-ish, so as as old as 65 and up. So that's kind of the range of women that we are targeting, again, for personal growth, financial growth. And really the transformation that we're looking for is for you to come, take in the information, and really take one step. And your one step could be coming to the summit. That could be your one
That's
step
true.
of making that effort to improve your life, saying
Mhm.
yes to yourself. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the summit. It could be you saying, okay, I do want to make a change. Let me get a journal and let me sit down and just write out some things, some goals, some things that I really do want to accomplish. When you come to the summit, you will be exposed to several speakers. So you will get in, and you will be in a community of women. So it's not just the speakers coming in, but you're going to be surrounded by women with probably liked experiences in at least one aspect of your life. So you're going to be in that community. So the transformation is for you to come and at least, if not take everything, take one thing away to make that
Yeah.
change that you're looking for in your life.
Okay, wow. Well, everything you're saying sounds so good, right? I
Mhm.
mean, I can really relate to that. And I know you talk about, financial wellness and, us girls, we need to get our money up because you
Yeah.
never know, right? Saying
Mhm.
walk with
Exactly.
your Vex money. We want more than Vex money. We moving up above now. We evolving from that,
We want bleep you money. Like we
right?
out of here
Okay.
money.
Okay, now we're talking hair. We here getting on this summit.
Yes,
Okay,
love
so
it.
Yes.
the summit is over 3 days, right? What can we expect in terms of like workshop, panels, and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So we have 3 amazing days that we're planning, for the ladies. We kick off on Friday. We kick off with our meet and greet. So the ladies come in, and as soon as you come in, we're going to just try to do something special to make you just feel wanted, to make you feel seen. So we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do. But when you come in, of course, you're coming in, you're getting your materials, you're getting your swag bag with all the materials that you're going to need for the summit. We're going to also be doing an activity. I like to do like a hands-on activity.
Okay.
Last year, what we did was the ladies got to personalize. They could wear waist beads. And for the ladies that didn't want to do that, they got to do personalized bracelets and things like that. So we're going to do some kind of hands-on activity where you're going to have to move around the room, network, and talk to people that you don't know or if you haven't seen in a long time. And
Mhm.
that's what that Friday night is really set up for us to reconnect, talk to each other, have a mocktail, just enjoy, have some finger food and things like that. And just, and we also may have a speaker come in and do something light,
Okay.
also like cleansing the energy, making us, this is gonna be a positive situation this weekend. We want to take away all bad vibes. So
Right.
we may have someone come in and cleanse the room that we're going to be in most of the weekend, to get things started. So that is Friday night. So leading into Saturday. So Saturday I say that's our heavy day
Okay.
because we go right into the emotional intelligence piece I'm talking about. We're talking about mental health, mindset. So that's what we kick off with Saturday. We also have our attorney who's going to be talking to us about estate planning, because the last thing you want to do is work so hard, for all the things that you have, your home, your car, the money you have saved or whatever, and then
Mhm.
something happens to you, you don't have a will, you don't have anything in place.
Yeah.
So now the state takes hold of that, and your family has to fight for what they know they deserve. So we bring in an estate planner, which we really need to think about that. So we
Yeah.
bring him in, and he's going to be talking to us. We're also going to do Saturday. I'm going to be speaking on to prep for Sunday's financial literacy session, I'm going to be doing a basic financial overview, like simple things like the accounts that you should have set up, the automations should have set up. Are you saving
Okay.
for retirement? Are you doing this? Just simple, basic things. So when we get to Sunday and the financial advisor come in, you're already thinking about some of the questions that you may
Okay.
have for Sunday. So I'm going to be doing that. And then we close out on Saturday with our relationship and family therapist. And we're going to do
Oh
like a
wow.
fireside chat. Me and her just we're going to be talking. We're going to ask the ladies to maybe submit some questions. If they don't really want to ask their questions there at the summit, some may not be feeling that open. So you are
Open.
welcome to submit your questions. But yes, so that's going to be a really good panel because I'm looking forward to that panel. I've been married for a while and I still got questions. So, um, so yeah, so I'm excited about the fireside chat. It's something new we're doing. We didn't do that last year. And then we're
Okay.
gonna close out. Later on Saturday night, we are gonna have our color sneaker ball. So the ladies are gonna be, wearing their flyest gown and some
Okay.
sneakers to match.
Oh,
Um,
sneaker. Yeah,
Ooh,
I
I
yeah.
love
love
it.
that. Not heels. I'm with it.
No, we're gonna be comfortable and have a good time. We're gonna have a DJ. And we're gonna have food. So it's gonna be a good time just to relax and, take some cute pictures and just vibe out. So that's Saturday. That's the second day. And then we go into Sunday, which is our day of ease. We kick off with a workout, which is gonna be like a power yoga session, and she's gonna also be doing I asked her if we can introduce like affirmations and positive things while we're
Oh
doing
wow, I love
yoga,
that.
and things like that. So we kick off with yoga. After that, we have our pastor that's gonna come out and start off
Okay.
Sunday with the word. Bless us, give us all the things that we need to move forward um, in life and just whatever goal you set while you were at the summit. And then what else do we have on Sunday? We have our financial advisor that's going to come and talk to us
Hmm.
Sunday about investing in some other ways that you can, put yourself in a better position financially. We also have our doctor that's going to talk to us on Sunday.
Oh.
And I'm hoping we're still working things out with the doctor, and I'm hoping for her to come in and talk to us about heart disease, which is the number one killer of women. And I also want her to talk to other things that other female issues that we all know about, fibroids and all the other things that affect us, especially as Black women.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
hoping the
so
doctor
true.
come in and talk to us about that. Last year's doctor talked to us about menopause, and that was a
Okay.
big eye
I love
opener.
it.
Yeah.
So listen, the younger women were in there like, what? This is gonna happen? Why did this have to happen to us? We have to have the babies, take care of the babies, and now this. Anyway, I digress. So,
Hmm.
so
Preach.
the menopause session last year was an eye
Was
opener.
pretty
I was like,
okay.
why? Anyway, so, and we also going to have a nutritionist on Sunday,
Oh, okay.
that's going to come in and talk to us about the foods we're eating. The big question, what oil should we be using? This is serious. I like my fried stuff, and I'm like, what oil should I be using? Because I'm hearing the vegetable oil is not good. So,
Yeah, that's what we heard.
we're going to have a nutritionist come in and talk to the ladies. And I'm thinking, who else? That might be it. I'm not sure. I'm trying. From last year, we had a good amount of speakers as well.
Okay.
And some of the feedback was, I feel like the women wanted more um, time together, more discussion around what they kind of just heard, kind of to reinforce.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're going to do this year, after each session, the speaker comes in and talks probably 30 minutes. They do their presentation, 20, 30 minutes. And then we're going to have another 15 to 20 minutes for people to do an activity, some kind of activity to
Okay.
enforce whatever we just learned. Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
just to
good.
think about, just to put it into perspective. And also after each session, we have a break. So I'm trying to have that balance, but there's so much information to share, and I really want people to come and feel like they get their money's worth, and they're getting good information. And even if some of the information, if you feel overwhelmed, just write it down, because you
Yeah.
can always come back. You can always come back to your notes and say, okay, this is something I may need to explore. How am I setting my children up? Do I need a 529 plan? Do I need something to help save? So just write down. I encourage people, and I will be encouraging the women, that we are going to be, doing a lot, but just write down whatever comes to your mind. You might, and then you can go back and you can always do your own research and do other things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the whole weekend is set up. We have our closing circle on Sunday,
Okay.
where we kind of go back to that one or two goals that you set for yourself, because that's what we're going to be talking out throughout the summit.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage them to put 4 goals on there. I know you might not get to all of them, because some goals may be bigger than others, may take several years. My goal to have my dream house in the Caribbean somewhere might take a few years, a few years to save up for. Um, but yeah, so we're going to just have our closing circle. We're going to, come in community, come together, um, and, say a prayer. Um, and to close things out. So that's how it's
Yeah.
kind of set up.
Yeah. Say a prayer to set in stone. Okay. So we got a lot of events. Okay.
Yeah.
So Friday, I'm interested in the waist beads. I don't know. I was mad as last year, but I was like, give me a waist beads.
Yes,
So,
it was fun.
and yeah, and emotional intelligence. I think everybody should learn about emotional intelligence. That is key, like for everything in your life. And then we got a party and financial stuff and learning, about that Caribbean people, we don't even want to talk about death, right?
Right.
So, I mean, because it's we don't want to talk we don't want to talk about sickness. We don't even want to, right?
They want to talk about partying. And not to say that. I'm not going to say that. I take that back, because and I said this before, we Caribbean people like to have a good time, and we have the
Yes,
carnivals and we have the parties and all that, but there's so much more to us. We are
Absolutely.
resilient
so
people.
true.
We are
Mm-hmm.
resilient, bright, educated, knowledgeable people, and we need to figure out ways to move forward,
Yeah,
not just
Yes,
ourselves,
absolutely.
but our families. So there's more to it, to life, than just having a good time, because I like to have a good time too.
yes,
So, but I want to be sure that I have 2 boys. I want to be sure that whenever I move on from this realm, that they're taken care of, that I did what I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be as a mother to
That's
them.
real.
yeah. And it's true because you have the party too. So you're having a good time, you're having a
Mm-hmm.
life, right? Because
Balance.
that's what
Lyman and
we say,
healing.
liming
Yes.
and healing.
That's what's
We get in
Yes.
happening.
there.
Yeah.
And we get in this. So how many speakers though we should expect?
I would say at least 4 speakers a day. I don't count the our exercise person. She's going to be there, but I don't count her as a speaker. So I would think at least 4 speakers a day. I think that's max that I can squeeze in there. That's for Saturday and Sunday, at least 4 a day.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a good balance because, like you said, most of the speakers are probably talking for like 30 minutes, so it's not going to be a bit overwhelming for the attendees. So that I think that's a good balance. So I know that you have a lot of healing surrounding the events and, like, with some of the speakers, right? So what kind of mindset shift are you hoping for the attendees to walk away with? Because I know your goal is for them to actually take something with them at the end.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I want the women to get into the mindset of wanting to take care of yourself is not selfish. You know, you are worthy and you deserve to be taken care of.
Mm,
Because when you are full
so
and
good.
whole, and okay, sometimes it depends on the season, because sometimes you're busier in seasons and you can't really do as much as you want to do, maybe here with your healing and your mindset. But then there's seasons where I'm full, I have to make the time for myself because I deserve it. you know
Yes.
some people not some people want to come and take, and you're not replenished. even as a
Mhm.
mother, you are doing so much. And yes, that your partner or whoever you may be with is most likely, hopefully, letting you know what you're doing for the family is important,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. So even if they're not, you need to take that time out for yourself, even though sometimes you feel guilty. You
Mhm.
still have to push forward and take the time and say to myself that I am worth it. I am
Yeah.
worth taking whatever little bit, even if you're taking an hour to yourself a day or whatever works for your schedule, or even if you're setting up a special weekend once or twice, every 2 months or
Yeah.
something, to just get away and just do something, do nothing.
Mhm.
Sometimes that's my favorite thing to do, is do nothing. I don't want to think about
Right?
nothing, do nothing. I just want to watch, lay here and watch a movie. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I want
Yeah.
them to feel and not be apologetic for wanting some time for yourself.
Mhm.
We feel that we can do it all. We should
Mhm.
do it all. And I
Yeah.
would say also coming from the Caribbean mindset, where you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're taking care of the children, everything. You're doing everything. And that's what you're supposed to do. No,
Yeah.
All the
I'm
time,
sorry.
24/7.
I'm
I love it.
sorry. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that you're not supposed to take care of your family. Absolutely. You should absolutely be taking care of your family. But you don't necessarily have to do it all. And my mother would have a heart attack if I was to say I wanted to use a laundry service. Huh? A laundry service? We don't do that. You wash
Right?
your own clothes. Or if I was to
Correct.
Mhm.
I want to get a meal, have my meals come, meal prep,
Yeah.
not meal prep necessarily, but
Or
then
somebody
bring you,
cleaning.
yeah, they're
Mhm.
bringing you the meal. You just got to heat it up. Here you go, honey. You know what I mean? They will have a fit, but
Mhm.
why am I
Yeah.
not going to do things to alleviate some pressure for my life, or some to free up some time? You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like if you are
Rich.
financially able to do it, do it.
Yes.
Mhm.
And if
Mhm.
you're not, that's fine. You can come up with your own schedule, do whatever you need to do. Everybody's life is different. I just want
Yeah.
women to not feel guilty when they want to take a little bit of time for
Yep.
themselves. And that's one of the mind shifts. That's what I really want them to see. Take that time.
Mhm.
Set
That
that
Yeah.
goal. If that's one of your
yeah.
goals, set that goal and work towards it.
Yeah.
So that's a big mindset shift that I really
That
want them
is
to do.
that is so good because being
Yeah.
intentional with your time is so important because at the end of the day, we all have a finite amount of time. None of us have unlimited
Yes.
time. So being intentional with how you spend your time, like you said, even if it's an hour a day pouring into you,
Yeah.
will take you will take the women a very long way, especially if they're a mother, because if you're a caregiver to your little ones, and if you're not well, how
Yes.
can you take care of them? So
Exactly, exactly.
that is huge, and I really hope that they take that with them, and even for the
Yeah.
women listening, because that's something we talk about all the time as well. That
Yes.
you're echoing a lot of what we say on the podcast, so that is so good. And I
Yes.
know,
Self-care is not selfish. We have a
No,
yeah,
whole
it's not.
episode on
It's not.
that. We have
yeah,
a
Don't
whole
yeah.
episode on
apologize.
that.
Don't apologize for taking
Don't
care of yourself.
apologize. Period. I love
Exactly.
that. And I know you said that you want to facilitate like a community for the women, right? And you have like various activities to do so. For instance, after a speaker, they have like an activity and stuff like that, right? So can you
Right.
go in a little bit more of like how you're going to create a sense of community and sisterhood among the attendees?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So when they come in, first of all, I'm actually going to ask the ladies to bring their flag, whatever country they rep in, bring your flag.
Okay.
We're going to have
I
a
love
whole flag
that.
dance party
Yeah.
come Saturday night.
I love that.
So,
Hmm.
even when they come in, like I said, I want them to feel seen. I want them to. This is the activity of them, moving around the room, learning about different people, and throughout the summit as well, we're gonna have different questions and answers about different countries and whatnot. We're probably gonna do groups also. I wanted to do
Yeah.
group exercises for people to just come together in community in a way
Mm-hmm.
and just be able to discuss certain things. So I've been preaching about community, and we will be launching something special when we launching something special at the summit, which we will be launching our own community. Where I know that we have a lot of the women are on Facebook, or whatnot. But I feel like that's so broad. I kind of wanted to make it a little more personal. So
Okay.
we will be introducing the community where you can come into the community. There's so many things that you can do in the community. There's an app for the community, the platform that we're going to be using. There's an app,
Okay.
so you can easily get to it because there's some things that are personal, and you may have made a connection with women. You may have made a connection with one or two women
Mm-hmm.
that you want to talk to, maybe
Yeah.
not on necessarily on Facebook or air all your business out there or whatnot, but you want to be in a safe space. And that's also important to me, that we will be policing the community because this is going to be a safe space. I don't want people to come in and bring their issues and their riffraffs. Let's come in here and have constructive conversations. Whatever issues you may be having, let's have a discussion about it. We will be having live speakers within the community every few months or so, based on what
Okay.
feedback that they give me on who they want to see. I have an idea of a couple speakers already, but this is something I want to build from scratch with people's input. Let's build this thing out together. Let's build this community of Caribbean women, multicultural women. Let's come together and bring our resources together.
Yeah.
Because like I mentioned before, every Christmas we all sending something back to our country. So let's figure out who are you using? Who are you using? Who is giving you the best price to send this virus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. True.
Important information.
Okay. Who is giving you the best price? Okay. And when you send the money, do we have to use Western Union? Let's figure out some other ways. We don't gotta pay
Yeah.
fee. You know what I mean? Let's come together in community and figure out just these little things. That can, and then there's the big things. Let's talk if you want to start a business. There's entrepreneurship. Let's bring
Yeah.
someone
That's
in,
good.
talk about that. Do you want to start a side hustle? Whatever you want to,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is that you feel that you want more information, this community is the place to be. We will be
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
having, we will try to pair people up. We will put a
Oh,
question
okay.
out there is, we'll put a question out if you want an accountability partner. If you've set your goals
Oh,
at the
wow.
summit,
That's good.
you set your goals at the summit. Now maybe you need just a little bit of nudge to move forward on doing whatever steps you need to get to that goal. So we will be putting a question out there like, do you want an accountability partner? Whoever
Mm.
answers,
Love
we
that.
can, pair them up. So there's a lot of things that we're going to try to do within the community itself that we're building out
Yeah.
to to move everyone forward, as far as community building. I hope I answered your question.
Yes.
No, that
No,
was
you.
good.
Yeah, that was great. And I love that because, a lot of women might be afraid to come by themselves because they don't know anyone there. So I think that's really good that you're
Mm-hmm.
having that, because I think a lot of things too, especially when you're from the Caribbean and you live in this place, and sometimes you might live in a far place like me. I seldomly meet Caribbean people,
Yeah.
right? So to go to a place with at least some kind of familiarity and get some kind of connection, I think that is really good. And I want to encourage, persons out there, like you might be looking for a community. Give this a try and see,
Mm-hmm.
meet other women that you can link up with, learn,
Mm-hmm.
grow, as you mentioned, being accountable to you, because we do need people to be accountable. Like Kiana and I,
Hmm.
we're accountable all the time. What do you eat? Are you on the diet still, or are
Exactly.
we do that all the
Mm-hmm.
time?
Yeah.
Right? And sometimes you do, sometimes you need somebody who's an expert, because sometimes you're not that versed in it, but you want somebody that's actually been through it, done it. And this is their opportunity. So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
And and what you're trying to do too. But we love this, and we talk a lot about it. But to be honest, and we do it because we want the best for our community. we want
Yes.
we
Mm-hmm.
want to see us grow. So, like, what would you say, or what advice would you give to someone who feels like stuck and want to start this transformation journey? Because that's where you're going to have a lot of persons that are
Mm-hmm.
stuck. What would
Yeah.
you say to them?
I would say, I feel like the I've been stuck more than once, Lord. So, and so I feel like when I get stuck, I feel like it's the universe um kind of nudging me to say, whatever you're doing right now is not working. So I need you to sit down and take some time and really figure out what direction you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
I know you may not have all the answers right now, but at least sit down and what comes to you top of mind? Like, why are you feeling stuck? What do you think the main issue is before, with you feeling stuck?
Yeah.
Um, I think that's a nudge to just reevaluate what's going on in your life. And reevaluating everything might seem like a really big task. But
Mhm.
so what you could do is what particular area of your life are you really feeling stuck in? Are you what's really coming up over and over like, okay, you know, I'm really having an issue with connecting to my husband, maybe, and I'm not sure what I need to do to bring us back together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So that might be something that you're feeling, an area you're feeling stuck in. So you're going to say, okay, so let me start here and try to figure out what ways or what things that I need to do, what simple task. And you may
Yeah.
not eat, it's not something that you're going to solve right away, or it's something that's going to happen. And if it does, if you solve it right away, perfect for you. But it might take some time, it might take some time to figure that out. You know,
Mhm.
what maybe the first step will be, okay, so let me plan a date night somewhere we can go and have a quiet conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, get his viewpoint as to what's going on.
Mhm.
Does he feel disconnected as well? Am I
Mhm.
the only one feeling disconnected? So you want to take just little baby steps towards what it is that you're trying to accomplish, um, the area that you feel that you're kind of stuck in. Because even though sometimes you feel like I don't know what's going on, I don't know whatever. If you get quiet with yourself, take a deep breath, something will come. Like, okay, this is what I'm struggling with here.
Yeah.
And it may be just part of it. So I say when you feel stuck, you sit down, go to a quiet place, and really start to evaluate what's going on in your life and the areas that you feel the more pull to, like this something over here is not working. I might not
Mhm.
be I might have an issue with my connecting with my children. I might have an issue with my finances. Where are you stuck? That's the first
Mhm.
question. You want to sit down and figure out, where am I
Yeah.
stuck really?
Mhm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
once you do that, you start to pull back the layers. Okay, if I'm here, what do I need to do? What do I want the outcome to be? And that changes.
Yeah.
That changes. As time goes on and you might start to grow, that outcome could change. So I think the first thing really for people that's feeling stuck is really sitting with yourself, get
Yeah.
quiet. For me, it's like my house is like I need to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning to get some quiet time. Whatever you need to do, it doesn't have to be every day, but whatever you need to do for
Yeah.
yourself to get that little quiet time so you can just think. I think you will most likely figure out what direction you need to go in and what steps you need to take one at a time.
Yeah. That's good. I really think that's good, asking yourself, listening to yourself. And I think that's a good start because a lot of times people are just on the go. And this is, that's basically what we're talking about. Like you can't always be on the go, go, go. And then, then at the end, like that's, everything comes crashing down, so taking a minute, taking a step back, asking like, how do I feel? I know a lot of people don't check in with themselves,
Absolutely. Yes.
right? So
Yes.
I think that is very important because you act like, why am I feeling this way? Some people, I know sometimes people just start like lashing out and doing this and doing that and blaming everything, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
even stop to think about, well, why. So I think that's good, and I think the emotional intelligence definitely going to help with that.
Yes.
too.
I can say one thing. I was listening to a book, and it's a theory, but it's called Let Them, but it's
Oh
not
my God, I'm
even,
listening to that book right now, Mel Robbins. That is
yes.
insane. I'm
And
currently reading that book.
yes, and it's not like what she's saying really is not like what we don't know. When people say,
Yes,
you know
true.
what? I'm gonna drink water, mind me business. Let the people act a fool over there. We have heard this forever. But for some reason, when I started listening to that book, it kind of hit different. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
if you want to go over there and do what you want, go ahead. You know,
Mhm.
it's been harder for me to do with my oldest son. He's still in college, and I still feel,
Okay.
well, I am still responsible for him, but at the same time, I have to let him see and understand
Yes.
that what I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling him is in his best interest. And if you choose not to do it, there's going to be consequences. So I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
just let you, and you're going to eventually come right back. So, and not that I want to, and I'm not putting out there that I want him to, but I'm just learning
Yeah.
also. So I'm figuring out ways to apply it to my own life where I'm just let people
Yeah.
do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just go over here and mind my own business, and you do as you want to do.
I
And
love that.
I love it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
learned in therapy about radical acceptance. So I think it's like the same thing. So for me,
Yeah.
I just, is that who you are? Okay, I'll accept it.
Yep. I'm gonna
Right?
believe you. I'm gonna believe you and move on. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you like it, I love it, right? We have
Yes,
different versions.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes.
Okay, I
Mm.
love it. Well, everything is sung is so amazing. I hope, everyone's excited. I'm so excited. Tell
Yeah.
us about, the dates, the time, how to sign up, deadline to register. Give us the information on the summit.
Okay,
Hmm.
sure. So we are at Her Health Horizons, all throughout social. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on at www.herhealthhorizons /summit if you want to learn more about the summit, or you can go and look at the whole website. I'm talking about women's empowerment and different things, about my background. So that's how you can reach us. The summit again is May 16th to the 18th. It's in Newark, Delaware. Um, and it's going to be an amazing time. So I really hope that you ladies join us, or whoever is listening to this podcast, tell a friend. If you're not able to join us, it's fine. There's different ways to support. You know, you can give us a shout out on social media, follow us, whatever it is. Again, it's May 16th to the 18th in Newark, Delaware. 3 days of a really good time. And you can find us across social media at Her Health Horizons. Um, and yeah, the deadline to sign up. Well, it's about right now it's about 2 months away. So
Okay.
the sooner the better that you get in there. Because there is going to be a time when we cut it off. But right now we're still letting people in. So please sign up, register. And yeah, we're excited about it. When you go to the website, you will see the different button that tells you how you can just click on that button, sign up, all that good stuff you will see on the website. In our link in our Instagram bio, the website links are there. For you to Our newsletter links are there. You could also support by signing up to our newsletter, which
Okay.
is going to be giving good
Hmm.
information as well. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much how you can do it.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited to sign up. Do you have any special perks for if I sign up early or
We did
or any?
so earlier we did have the perks for the women that signed up earlier. Right now we don't have any
Oh,
perks, but we can
oh,
talk,
we too
we
late.
can figure it out.
We
No.
too late. Oh, okay. All right,
We
y'all.
can
Y'all.
we can figure it out. We can definitely figure it out. It's one of the things that I'm learning about, doing an event, and baking stuff into the price. So I'm learning also, um, about this whole thing, and it's interesting. But yeah, definitely, check us out online. Um, and I do want to have one other things to say, if
Hmm.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, so I also want to say with women, um, it's like when we do things to empower ourselves, to heal ourselves, to learn and to grow, it's a ripple effect, So we're
Yeah.
not just helping ourselves. We're in turn
Yeah.
helping our
That's
family.
so good.
We're in turn helping the community. We're in turn helping somebody at work, that
Yeah.
coming at you a question. You like, girl, I got some answers for you. You know what I mean? So when as women, it is important to really take the time to pour into yourself, because what you're going to get, you're going to share,
Yeah.
you know?
Can
So I
overflow.
wanted to say that a lot of people just look at the price of something, like the price of
Mm,
the summit. The price of the summit
that's
is
so good.
$435 for the summit. But what you get with that, you get lots of, you get renowned, you're getting good speakers that's coming in front of you. You're getting
Yeah.
food. There's a lot that's involved in
Mm-hmm.
that price. The venue. So there's a lot of things, but also most
Yeah.
importantly, the value. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the value that you're going to get, the information that you're going to get, that you're going to then be able to share with your family and your loved ones. I think it's important for us to look at things through that lens and not necessarily always at the price. The
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
price is the price, and you have to figure out if that's in your wheel, if you can do that. And if you can't, that's fine. That is
Mm-hmm.
fine and understandable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
look at the value as well.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
so good. That thought made me remember this quote about if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. And I'm like,
Oh
that is so
mm,
wow.
true. The value that women
Good.
bring to communities is so much more than I don't want to compare against gender, but men are more individualistic in the sense that, they do not foster community. Women oftentimes are the ones who tend to communities, who do the building of communities with other women with
Yeah.
children. They're the ones primarily teaching children and all of those good stuff. So what you said about the value, I really hope our listeners take that into
Yes.
consideration. I know for some $400+ might be a lot, but
mm-hmm,
think of it as a way to give back into yourself, to nurture yourself, to pour into yourself. And it's important to do those things, not just in a materialistic way where we can buy the latest, whatever is out there in terms of clothes,
Yeah.
gadgets for the house. Because a
mm-hmm,
woman, we love a good whatever for our
mm-hmm.
house, because not
Air
just us.
fryer, I tell you, that air
Yes.
fryer. That air
Yeah.
fryer was a good buy.
Exactly. So not just material things. We need to invest in ourselves in terms of, the value and education. Those are important
Yeah.
things. And and life is a long-term learning experience. So we never
Yes.
stop learning. So even though a lot of us are outside of being in school, that doesn't mean, we cannot attend a summit to learn something new. Like when
Correct.
you're open to learn, it brings so much more value to your life, and it's so
Exactly.
important to do
Yeah.
so. So that's really,
Yes.
really good what you're doing, Oslin. I know you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier that, everyone can find you at Her Health Horizons
Mm-hmm.
across TikTok. Are you on
Social. Mm-hmm.
TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I am on TikTok. I just don't really post anything there.
So tell us where we can find you on
Um,
socials. Like give the
on
people.
social, you can definitely find me on Instagram. We're on
Hmm.
Instagram for sure, and we're on Facebook. So those
Okay.
Okay.
two, and then you can check the website also, that
Hmm.
you
Yes.
can find us. And one other thing, when you mentioned giving back, I totally forgot that a portion of the proceeds from the summit we will be making a donation. Um, for the first donation, I will get to pick who I'm going to donate to. And
Okay.
there's a reading program. I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's a reading program in Guyana. A teacher from the United
Oh.
States goes to Guyana, and
Okay.
there's a reading program that she has.
Is
Um,
it? Does she have a Facebook?
she has a Facebook. I
Is
can't.
it? Is it? We got.
Are we got Melody?
We story
Yes.
got Melody.
Got Melody?
Have you story got Melody? No.
Is
I
that
don't
Oh.
think
her?
that doesn't that's not it. But I'm gonna look it up. But she has a program which was really good because we there's several different programs that I've
Okay.
heard of where they take around school time. There's backpacks and all the things that people
Mm-hmm.
take and
Okay.
distribute to the kids. But she does that too. But what the good piece of it is, she's helping the kids learn how to read. And that's an important piece also that you're giving them. Yes, you're giving them the materials to go to school and all that good stuff, but let's also figure out where do you need help?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I find that program to be good. So most likely we're going to be doing our first donation to her.
Okay,
And
nice.
then yeah, and then moving forward, the ladies will get to nominate different organizations that they want to on us to donate to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we're starting small. We're not giving people thousands of dollars, but every little bit helps.
Yeah.
So we
Mm-hmm.
will
Yes.
be doing our first donation, and I'm super excited about that. So that's going to be happening at the summit
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
amazing.
That is absolutely amazing.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm sure we're gonna have to look into her because we know of one. I'm like what's her name? I forgot her name, but anyways, we'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
look her up. Yes, we'll talk
yeah,
about it after.
we'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, joining us today.
Yes.
And for our listeners out there, we hope that this episode has been very educational and provide you with all of the information so that you can sign up for this summit. You want to sign up for this summit. There are a
Yes.
lot of people we know that lives in New York, Delaware, New York, they're close.
Oh,
Right
That's
there.
pretty close.
that's a weekend trip for you, We encourage you to sign up for the summit, because you can never put a price tag on learning something new. The value of
Yes.
education truly will transform your life. Like, we're big
Exactly.
advocates of, technically we're consumers when it comes to knowledge. So we're always like, you need to learn because it helps
Mm.
you to
Yes.
grow and we want to keep growing. And we really appreciate what you're doing with the summit. It's very much
Yeah.
Thank you.
so
So good.
in
Thank you.
alignment with what we're doing here at Lyman and Healing. Like you
Yeah.
mentioned earlier, like Caribbean people, we do need a little bit of fun. Hence why our podcast name is Lyman and Healing. Because we
Mhm.
realize that yes, we love having a good time, but we also want to bring those deeper
Yeah.
conversation to the forefront because it's important,
Yes,
to
Yeah.
do that
absolutely.
in our community. So we appreciate you for for all the good things
Yes.
you're doing. We hope that this event is a success. We're
Yep.
going to be sharing it on our socials, and we really hope that
Yeah.
people that are listening will consider going to the summit. So please, if you're out there and it piques your interest, just go to the website
Hmm.
Yeah.
and we'll include all of the information down below. So we have links for everything. So don't worry if you didn't catch it during the the episode, but we'll definitely get all the information in the description box below. And if you're listening on any major streaming platform, we're also going to include that information
Yes.
in the description below. So definitely tune in for more of what Miss Oslin has going on because this is incredible
Yes.
work. We need this in our community.
Amazing. We
So
need this.
kudos to you. We
Sign
give you
up.
your flowers. Like
Thanks.
Yes.
keep
Thank you,
doing
lady.
it.
You
That's
too.
really important work.
Yeah, and what you
Yeah.
guys are doing too is important. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like I was telling y'all, I catch some of the episodes. It's funny and it's entertaining, but it's good information also. So
Yeah.
I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Continue the good
Thank
work
you.
as
Yeah,
well.
All right.
Hmm.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
absolutely. So that's incredible. Again, thank you for being here. And everyone that's watching, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on all the major streaming platforms. And of course, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at Lyman and Healing. We're the same everywhere to make it easy. So, Aslan, you're gonna have to help us. In the end, we always
Yes.
say, "Come." I'm gonna say, "Come," and you're gonna say, bust a lime," 2 times. See you
Okay.
next
Okay.
Good.
time. All
All
right, guys.
right.
Until we
Alrighty.
see you again, remember to bust.
Oh
Bust.
wait, I thought you say come.
No, no worry with me. All right, so let's start over. We're gonna get this. Until we meet again, remember to bust a
What's
lime.
the line?
Bust a
See,
lime.
see you next time.
See you next time.
Oh my God. I think I did that wrong. It's okay.
That's okay.